Okay, hello guys. Good evening. Okay, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to our September week 3. This is our lesson for September week 3, huh? Okay, so I think we are going to finish our syllabus today because this is the last chapter already. All right, so I believe I finished this last week, huh? I believe I did, which is our magnet. So let us quickly repeat this because we are doing exercise today. Right, because we are doing our exercise today. And if we finish this today, right, we might go into revision. Okay, because I am going to repeat year 7 for you. Repeat year 7, which is our biology revision. Okay, sort of like a mini revision for you lah. I think I didn't post this on Google Classroom yet. Okay, I didn't post this on Google Classroom yet. Later I will. Okay, yes, Charlene, hello. Good evening. So we are in magnet. Let us finish this real quick. So let me repeat this. So what is magnet? When I say magnetic material, that means only 3 things can be attracted by magnet, which is iron, cobalt, and nickel. All right, and then same poles they repel. South repel, north will repel. Opposite pole they will attract. Okay, boy and girl will attract. Very easy. And then your magnetic field, they look like this. Okay, going out for the north, going in for the south, and they will go out from north and then they will look back to south. Please learn how to draw them. Please learn how to draw your magnetic lines. These magnetic field. Okay, very easy to score here. Okay, and of course, like I said, Earth has a magnetic field. This is to protect us from the sun. Right, because the sun is giving us very strong radiation, so our magnetic field will block the radiation away so that you don't die. Okay, so that you don't get cancer. And of course, our magnet, you cannot switch this off. They are forever on. So if you want a magnet that can be switched on or off, we call it electromagnet. When you switch it on, they become magnet. When you switch it off, they will lose their magnetism. This is a very useful thing, right? Because we choose when to, switch them off and when to switch them on. So how do you make this magnet stronger? Okay, you can increase the number of turns. You can make more turns, increase the diameter, make the circle bigger, use pure iron, and use current. Okay, electric current. Okay, stronger electric current. All right, so where do we use electromagnet? Your access door. Okay, when you switch on, the door will be pulled there, so your door is locked. When your door is locked, this is on. When your door is unlocked, this is off, so you can push it open. All right, same goes to your magnetic lift, same goes to your magnetic bell. All right, they will be pulled towards here and then they will go back again, pull towards here, go back again. So they will just go back and forth, back and forth. All right, so this is our magnet. All right, very easy chapter. This is the last chapter of your year 8 already. Guys, I don't know which book your school is using. I am following the official Cambridge A-level book. I am using 2 books currently. I am using the Cambridge A-level books, okay, the official one, and I'm using the Checkpoint book. Okay, because most schools, they use these 2, the official Cambridge one and the Checkpoint one. If your school uses the other one, okay, if your school uses the other book, then your syllabus might be a bit different. Okay, it might be a bit different. So, so your chapters will be a bit different. All right, so let's begin. All right, so let's finish our exercise today. This is page 12. Okay, this is page 12. This is only 3 pages lah. We will finish this very quickly. So page 12. So there's 2 magnets here. Okay, 2 magnets here. So you have your bar magnet 1. North is here, south is here. And you have bar magnet 2, they just give you X and Y. They didn't say which is north and south. So A, explain how can you use the first bar magnet, which is this one, to determine the poles for the bar magnet 2. How do you use this to find out which is north and south? Very easy lah. You just put this near lah. You just put this magnet to here. If this bar is pulled towards here, if they attract, this is definitely S, right? South, right? And if this is S, this is definitely north, right? Really easy lah. So if they repel, if they bounce off, this part will definitely be north, because north and north, they will repel, and then the opposite is definitely south. Okay, understand? So how do you use the first bar to determine? So the first point, they put the first bar magnet near the second, okay, or bar magnet 2. Okay, if it attracts, X is south. If it repels, X is north. All right, pull means this is south. Push away means this is north. And then what about Y? Y is the opposite, right? So Y is the opposite pole of X. Really easy, because all magnet has north and south. There's no such thing as north and south. There's no exist. Magnets like this, they don't exist. Okay, understand? Easy. So B, state the relationship between the strength of magnetic field and the lines of the magnetic field. So I mentioned this last week. Okay, the stronger the magnetic field, the closer the lines. All right, as we mentioned here, you see this line, right? The lines here are very close, right? At the poles here, at the north pole here, the lines are very close, right? So they are very, very strong. As you can see here, the lines are very far, so the lines are very weak here. Okay, so the stronger the magnetic field, okay, the stronger the magnetic field, the closer the lines of the magnetic field. All right, why is my screen looking like this? Okay, the stronger they are, the closer the lines. You look at this, you understand lah. You see, you look at nearby the poles here. Can you see the lines are very close? Very dark here, very dark here, very strong. Whereas this part here, you look at the white part here, they are very weak. They're very weak. The further away you are from the magnet, the weaker you are. The weaker the magnet is. Okay, so C, diagram below shows a magnet splitting into two. When it falls to the floor, determine the magnetic poles. So when you drop a magnet, right, you will get a new pole, which is north and south like this. Like I said, all magnet has north and south. You break them into half. Now they become two different magnets. They have their own south and north now. All right, easy. So number 2, diagram below shows a bar magnet. 4 compasses are placed around the magnet. Label the direction of the needle for all 4 compasses. 4, there's like what, 8 here. Okay, whatever. So just follow the lines of the magnet. So this is going out. Okay, pointing out. This is pointing in. Okay, pointing out, pointing in. And then here it goes back, right? So we just follow the direction like this. You see here? This is going out. This is going in. This is going back. Okay, so this is just like what you see in your notes. It's exactly the same thing. So B, diagram below shows the patterns obtained when iron filings are sprinkled around a bar magnet. So this is what we drew just now. Right, so you have A, B, C, and D. Cancel away the U, the S here. All right, so number one, state the region where the strength is the highest. Where is it the highest? It's at the pole here, right? So that will be your A. Now, A is the strongest here. C, D, B here, they are very weak because they are not close to the pole. So give a reason. Why is A the highest? Because it is the closest to the poles. Okay, or it is the closest to North Pole, except as well because this is close to North Pole, so it's very strong. Same goes to magnetic. Same goes to your gravitational field, guys. Did you know that? Okay, did you know that our gravity, Earth's gravity, is stronger at the poles? That means if you go to North Pole and South Pole, if you bring a weighing machine, you know what's a weighing machine, right? You stand on it to weigh yourself. If you go to North Pole and South Pole, you will be heavier, slightly heavier. Maybe you are like 60 kilo, let's say lah. If you are 60 kilo in Malaysia, if you fly to North Pole and South Pole, you'll be 60 point something. You'll be a little bit heavier because gravity is stronger there. Because it's closer to the pole, it's very close to North Pole, South Pole, so gravity is also stronger. Same thing lah. So now magnetic field is stronger. All right, so diagram below shows two similar horseshoe magnets placed at different distance. So as you can see, if they are very close to the nail, they attract a lot of the nails. If they are very far, they cannot attract. Okay, so compare the strength of the magnetic force at P and Q. Okay, at P and Q. So P here is stronger, Q is weaker. I see Q is very weak. Okay, so the strength of P is stronger than Q. Because it's closer. The closer it is, like I say, the closer you are to a magnet, the stronger the magnetic field. What is the relationship between the strength and the distance? So the nearer to a magnet, the stronger the magnetic force. The nearer you are to a magnet, the stronger it is. Right? Common sense, right? Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time here. Guys, this is very straightforward. So number 3, table below shows the factor that affects the strength of magnetic field of an electromagnet. So we have 2 electromagnet here. Factor 1. What is different here? What is different here? You see, this is 1 Newton. This is 5 Newton. So apparently, this magnet is stronger. Why? Because you see, same number of circles, same number of loops, but this is 1A, this is 5A. You see, the higher the A, this is current. Current is the flow of electric, which is here. Okay? The higher the current, the stronger the magnet is. Guys, I want to ask something. Guys, I want to ask something. Any of you learn electricity already? The V and IR one? Any of you learn this in school already? The parallel and series circuit? Because I have a year 7 student yesterday, he told me his school is already learning this thing. Okay, to the shock of me, because you are supposed to learn this in year 9. Year 9, you see? Year 9. So I hope none of you learn this already. Anyone who learn this? What is voltage? What is current? What is resistance? Have you heard of this? If you have not heard of this, then good for you. Because my year that year 7 student, he said he learned it already. So oh, you learn a bit, okay. That means your teacher pull it down lah. Your teacher pull it down lah. Ujun, what school? I mean, what textbook are you using? Oh, you also learn a bit, Oh, I see. So that means you don't follow textbook lah. You don't follow textbook, is it? Because my Cambridge textbook has no electricity. All your school no textbook. That means the teacher will decide what you all learn lah. You see, that's the thing. Hey, here's the thing about your IGCSE. Some schools, right, they like to put hard chapters at year 8. Or only math got textbook, okay? Some school, they like to do difficult things on year 9. So I very scratch head one sometimes. Oh, you do the textbook yourself, Really,哎呦死咯！Why like that one? Yo, why your school like that one? By the way, I forgot already, What schools are you guys from, What schools are you guys from, Okay, can I know? I think you guys told me last time, right? I kind of forgot already. Okay, what schools are you guys from? Because there's a lot of IGCSE schools, and some of them they are just kind of very small schools lah. So usually big schools are okay. I don't know about you. Your school also not using textbook. You all don't use textbook, then what you all use? Then what you all use? The teacher just give notes, The teacher just give paper like that, Okay, that's really weird. I don't know whether should I laugh or should I cry. All right. Okay, I'm kind of speechless now, as you can see. because last time have you guys heard of Sri KL? Have you guys heard of Sri KL? A very famous school So I have a few students from Sri KL. So Sri KL, right? They will usually use the official IGCSE book. Usually they will do that. But your schools okay, now I learned something. That means you guys don't use textbook lah. Right. I mean, okay, here's the thing guys. Here's the thing if you compare my notes and your school's notes, right? I don't know about your school's notes but my notes will be more complete, I think. Okay, sometimes I'm not saying your school is like that because I've seen some schools their school teachers when they do the notes, right, they simply do what. So even when you read the notes you're like, okay, I don't understand this. So my note is a bit more, it's just on the nice side. If you read Cambridge textbooks, right, if you buy a Cambridge textbook, if you read it, it's a lot of nonsense one. They like to put all those nonsense stuff inside, and then you're reading and you're like, okay, I should know this for what? So my note is just in the middle. I give you some extra knowledge, but I don't give you too much bullshit to put it in a not so nice way. Okay, Cambridge textbooks, they are quite, especially the checkpoint book, they are quite full of bullshit. Okay, anyway, so guys, let's continue. All right, so you have learned electricity. So you guys know what is voltage, current, and resistance? Do you guys learn this formula? Oh, actually, this formula is written this way. You guys learn this? This is called Ohm's law. Any of you learn this? If you learn this, then that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I hope your school doesn't touch on series and parallel circuit just yet, because that is quite technical. All right, you'll get very blurred because I'll be teaching that year 9. Okay, but if you request, sir, can you teach electricity earlier? I can actually do that one. No problem. All right, so as you can see here, what is current? Current is how much electricity is in a wire. The more electricity you use, as you can see, if you use more electricity, the heavier you can pull. If you use a very small electricity, this thing can only pull a very lightweight. So as you can see, the higher the current, the higher the force, the stronger the magnet. And the second one, so now same ampere. So what is different now is the number of loops, number of circles. This one is 5 loop, this one is 10 loop. So this is stronger. Okay, so this is stronger. So the factor here is number of loops. This is 5 loops, this is 10 loops. So 10 loops can pull heavier stuff. As I say, the more number of turns, the stronger the magnet is. The more current, the stronger the magnet is. Okay, so from the information given in table 2, state the 2 factors that affect the strength of an electromagnet. Like we mentioned just now, number 1 is current. Number 2 is number of loops. All right, so state the relationship between factors in A and the magnetic field strength. All right, so the higher the current, the higher the magnetic field strength. Guys, I'm writing like this to make you easier. Please don't write like this in exam. Your teacher is going to give you a big question mark. What the hell is this? I'm just lazy, okay? So in exam, please write the higher the current, the higher the magnetic field strength. Okay, please give me the full answer. All right, in this case, I'm only trying to save time. You can write like this for your notes, no problem, because if you say you want to save time, answer, I don't want to write so long, I waste time. Yeah, can, no problem. Okay, no problem. Right, next, factor 2. What is the factor 2? That will be the number of loops. So same thing. The higher the number of loops, that means more circle, the higher the magnetic field strength, the stronger it is. Same thing. Okay, so I'm using arrows here. I'm using arrows here. I don't use. I don't want to write the full answer. Okay, I'm just trying to save your time. Right. Next, number 4. Number 4. Diagram 10.2 shows a crane lifting up scrap metals. So explain how the crane functions by using electromagnet application. So how does this function by using electromagnet? So this is a electric circuit. So when they switch on here, this thing will become a magnet. Okay, so number 1, when electricity is switched on, all right, electric current flows through the iron plate. All right, this is the iron plate. So current will flow through that. So now when there's current flowing through here, this plate will become a magnet. So now the iron plate becomes, when they become magnet, right, we call it magnetized. The iron plate becomes magnetized. The thing is charged with magnet. So now the iron plate attracts scrap metals. All right, which is this one. This is a scrap metal, the rubbish metal. So they can separate iron out from a bunch of rubbish. Let's say your rubbish is a mixture of metal and non-metal. You can use this to just pull the metal out, because metal is, this is physics. Yes, this is physics. Okay, this is physics. Guys, I hope your teacher doesn't teach this way, huh? I have one school, right? I don't know whether your school is like that. I have one school, right? The teacher will teach one chapter biology, then jump to one chapter chemistry, then jump to one chapter physics, then jump back again. So suka hati, the teacher jump here, jump there one. See her mood lor. Her mood good, then the teacher teach there, then the teacher teach here. All the teacher teach like that. Aiyo. Hey, like that, you're very, it's like watching TV, or you suddenly change this channel, you change that channel. You haven't even finished watching that chapter, that you change already. Right? There's a reason why they separate, guys. There's a reason why they separate. Because you see, one lesson, yeah, exactly. So I don't know lah. Maybe the teacher is trying to do this because physics very boring, ma. If they one shot teach all the physics chapter, y'all will become very bored. But you see, if they jump here, jump there, right, it doesn't make sense. Because you see, when you learn biology, right, if you still remember earlier of this year, okay, I'm sure some of you are not here. Earlier this year, right, when we learned about our biology parts, right, we learned the lung chapter first, then we learned the heart chapter. You have to teach both. You have to teach both. You cannot just say, oh, I teach the lung chapter, then I jump to physics, then I come back to the heart chapter. You'll be very blur case one. Like, oh, okay, you only learn about because the lungs and the heart, they work together. You're only learning half, or you don't learn the other half, or you're very blur case one. And then next time when your teacher jumps back, you kind of forgot already. So you see, I don't understand why some of your teachers they just like to play jump rope with this thing one. You cannot stick to the number, right? I don't know lah. Your teacher, I have no comment. Right, so guys, that's it for our magnet chapter. As you can see, a very short and easy chapter. Okay, so we have finished our year 8 syllabus for now. All right, so I don't know your year 8 syllabus and my year 8 syllabus, is it any same or is it any different? Okay, some of your school might be different, some of your school might be the same. I don't know. All right, so let's go to a little bit of revision today, shall we? Let me find some material and let you do. I haven't uploaded this yet. Okay, I haven't uploaded this yet. Let's do some revision here. Okay, I don't have any year 8 stuff with me currently. Yeah, I don't have it. It must be in my another computer. Okay, anyway, so let's do some year 7 revision, shall we? Okay, I know this is so let's see if you still remember your year 7 stuff. This is your last year stuff. It might overlap, you know, what you learned this year. And I believe most of your schools exam, they will cover 2 years, right? Okay, your year 8 exam will cover back the chapter from year 7, right? Mostly it's like that, right? You don't tell me your school just forgot what you learned last year, usually it's not like that. Right, guys, so this is our biology revision chapter. It's a very small revision lah, so don't worry, I will upload this into classroom later. Okay, I'll upload this to you know what, I'll do it. I'll wait, do I have it in my PC here? Oh, sorry, I don't. Okay, I'll upload this into classroom later. You can print this out. So guys, write your answer first. Write your answer down first. Write your answer down first. Later you can copy back to your notes. So number 1, diagram below shows the hazard symbols used to label containers that contain chemical. Match the hazard with its meaning. Guys, did you learn this? Did you learn this? This is like the beginning of year 7. Okay, before you go into the lab, this is what you learn, right? I hope you did, Some schools they didn't teach, you know. I hope your schools did. I hope your school did teach this, because this is like basic rules that you should know. All right, anyway, so what is this? Okay, so the first symbol is what we call corrosive. Okay, usually you see this sticker outside of acid. Okay, if it is a bottle of acid, you will see this sticker there. That means tell you to be careful because this is corrosive. Corrosive means it can eat your clothes and eat your skin away. Corrosive, just like your stomach acid. Okay, you know your stomach acid is acidic, you know that, right? So it's corrosive. And then the next one, B, you see this, it means death because it is poisonous. Okay, you can say poisonous or toxic lah. Poisonous or toxic lah. Oh yeah, I forgot to link to here. Right, so corrosive is your concentrated acid and alkaline. Right, concentrated acid and alkaline. That means very strong acid or very strong alkaline. For example, sulfuric acid. You know what is sulfuric acid? The acid found in your car battery. That thing is very concentrated. So you will see this sticker. Sometimes you see this at the behind of an oil tanker. You know what's an oil tanker? Okay, you know what's an oil tanker? Sometimes you see this on the road. Oil tanker. Oh no, this is the ship. Oil tanker. This is the lorry. There, this kind of thing. So when you see this, right? Sometimes they don't carry petrol. All right. Sometimes they carry chemicals inside them. So usually, right, at the behind, can you see there's a sign there? Can you see there's a sign there? So the sign will actually tell you what's inside the tank. So this is for who to see? This is usually for firemen to see. All right, because if this truck get into accident, the fireman will need to come and clean this thing up. So usually you will see a symbol behind that. You see the symbol there? So since this is for petrol, right? You will see a fire symbol, which means flammable, because petrol will catch fire easily. But if you see that corrosive there, that means inside there is acid. That means it's acid. So then we're asking, the next one already, which is the fire. Okay, let's finish the toxic first. So what is toxic? That would be your mercury and lead. Guys, what is mercury? Mercury is the thing inside your thermometer. You know the silver color thing? That thing is very poisonous. Okay, the thing is very poisonous, very toxic. Please don't touch mercury with your hand, because mercury can go into your skin. Okay, mercury can go into your skin and it will cause mercury poisoning, which is not a good thing. Right, so the fire, I said just now, you will see this behind. Let's say you see a Petronas lorry, or you see a BHP lorry, you see a Shell or a Petron lorry, behind there you will see this logo. Even when you go pump petrol, you see this at the petrol station one, right? So this is highly flammable. So this would be your alcohol, petrol, or kerosene. You see this at petrol station. When you buy that big bottle of hand sanitizer, during COVID time, if your mom bought that big bucket of it, you'll see this logo on it, because alcohol is very flammable. All right, so please don't bring alcohol anywhere near fire. So next, what is this? Where do you see this? You see this outside of your X-ray room. When you go get X-ray, right? You see this outside. So this means this is radioactive. You see this at nuclear reactors also. And you also see this in Chernobyl. You know where is Chernobyl, guys? It's the place. It's a dead ghost town right now, because the whole place is full of radiation already, because of the power station explosion, I think 50 years ago, 40 or 50 years ago. So that's your radioactive. So radioactive is your uranium. Okay, and plutonium. Uranium is used in your power station. Okay, we don't have this in Malaysia. But like Japan, they have this. Okay, they have uranium and plutonium. We don't have this. So next, what is a cross here? Cross means irritant. Okay, irritant. What does it mean by irritant? That means they will make you uncomfortable. That means this thing is very smelly, or when you smell it, it hurts your nose. Right? Do not confuse this with poisonous or toxic. You won't die. This irritant, you won't die. It just makes you very uncomfortable. Like chloroform and ammonia. What is ammonia? Ammonia is in your pee. You know your pee? When you go toilet and pee, the pee smell is ammonia. If you walk into public toilet, right, the pee smell is very strong, right? That's the ammonia smell. It makes you very uncomfortable. Because ammonia is supposed to smell like that. So this is irritant. And of course, this is explosive. Okay, explosive. Not the same as flammable. Flammable means they will catch fire, they will just burn. Explosive means they will go boom. All right. So for example, this would be your hydrogen gas or your butane gas. We don't usually mess with hydrogen gas. They are very explosive. Right, very dangerous. So where do we get what do we use hydrogen gas for? Hydrogen gas is used for your rocket fuel. All right, if you want to launch a rocket, you use hydrogen gas. Very explosive and very strong, so very dangerous. We don't mess with this thing. Right. Anyway, moving on. So I hope you learn this. I hope you learn this. This is like basic lab rules that you should know. Next, number 2. See if you still remember this. For each of the function listed, write the name of the organ system that has this function. Choose from respiratory system, nervous system, circulatory system, and digestive system. I believe you already learned all this. All right, so number 1, transporting substance around the body. To carry things around your body, the highway in your body, that's your blood vessel, right? That's your circulatory system. Right, guys, write down the answer. Please write down the answer. Later you can copy it back. So what organs are in here? What organs are in your circulatory system? You have your blood vessels. Right, you have your blood vessels. And you have this very important organ right in the middle of your chest. That's your heart. Without the heart, your circulatory system will not work and you will die. All right, you die when the heart stops. So the heart is to keep transporting things to your body, transport nutrient to your cell, transport oxygen to your cell, and to transport carbon dioxide and waste product away from the cell. Okay, to carry it away, to throw it away. Okay, so next, breaking down food and absorbing it into the blood. So what breaks down your food? That would be your digestive system. Okay, you digest your food. Breaking down food is digesting food. So what organ is here? So many. You have your stomach. Okay, stomach. You have your esophagus. Okay, esophagus is this pipe going down. You have your small intestine, large intestine, duodenum, rectum, anus, mouth, pancreas, liver, gallbladder. Wow, we have plenty here. All right, I'm just gonna write 2 here because I choose the shortest to write. I don't want to write small intestine because it's very long. So next, take oxygen into the body and carry your carbon dioxide. So that is your lungs, right? So this is your respiratory system. Okay, so what is in here? You have your lungs. Okay, you have your lungs. What else do you have? There were organs, right? You have your I think lungs are the only one. Okay, let's just trachea. Okay, trachea. What is the trachea? Trachea is this pipe here. Don't confuse. The food, there's two pipes here. One is for food, one is for breathing. The food one is called esophagus. The breathing one is called trachea. Okay, next, helping different parts of the body to communicate. So to send signal, your brain will tell the signal to your muscle and so on. This is your nervous system. Nervous system. That is your nerve. So what organ is here? That will be your brain. Your brain is nervous system. You have your spinal cord. What is the spinal cord? That's your biggest vein, biggest nerve down the middle of your spine. That's your spinal cord. Okay, that's the main nerve in your body. All right, so far we have learned like these four, you should know. All right, you learn, I think all of these you learn it this year. These you learn it this year. Okay, nervous system we didn't learn it, but you learn these three in this year. All right, I don't know about your school, but according to Cambridge syllabus, these three systems, they are in this year. Okay, in year 8. All right, so next, number 3. This is our cell. Do you remember them? Do you remember them? What is your cell? Of course, you have your animal cell. You have your plant cell. All right, so what are the parts here? The first one, the skin. You see, this is pointing to the skin of the cell. The skin of the cell is called cell membrane. Right, cell membrane, which is the skin of the cell. So what's the function of cell membrane? Is to control substance in and out of the cell. All right, to control whether things go in or go out. Guys, cell membrane, this skin here, it's like your gut house. Okay, it's like your gut house. They will allow certain things to go through. They will not allow certain things to go through. Like virus, bacteria, they cannot go in. But food, glucose, amino acid, all the food you need, they can move in. All right, so this is your cell membrane. Next, number 2, what is inside here? This whole thing inside is what we call your cytoplasm. Okay, cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is the egg white. Imagine this is the egg yolk. Okay, let me mention about the egg yolk. This middle egg yolk here is called the nucleus. Right? Egg yolk is the boss. Egg white is the worker. So what is nucleus for? Nucleus is to control, control all activities of the cell. Okay, so all activity in the cell is controlled by the nucleus. Okay, everything is controlled by the nucleus. Nucleus is the boss of the cell. Right? Whether things go in or out, what does the cell need to do, is all controlled by the nucleus. Okay, nucleus is the boss. And then your cytoplasm, okay, this egg white here, they are the worker. So this is place where biochemical reactions take place. That means all your reaction, you digest food, you do this, you do that, everything happens inside here, which is the egg white here. So like I said, nucleus will give the instruction and then the worker will start working. Because boss usually sit in the middle one, right? Boss sit in the middle one, and then the worker is at the side. So the worker will just wait for the instruction of the boss. Okay, very easy. Okay, so next, what is number 3 here? This is not in your syllabus, but some schools they will teach. So what is this? This is what we call a mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria. You can put a cross here because it's not really important for your level. So what's the function of mitochondria? Mitochondria is to provide energy. Okay, provide energy. So just think of your cell as a factory. You see, what does a factory need? A factory needs a boss. A factory needs workers. A factory needs guard house. Any people cannot simply enter factory, right? A factory has a wall around it, one. Okay, and factory needs energy. Without energy, how can your factory switch on there, right? So you need these four parts. Okay, you need these four. So that's your factory here. So next B, this is your plant cell. Your plant cell. A plant cell is more complicated. Plant cell has the same thing. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You can write back for these four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is cell membrane. Okay, 1 is cell membrane. 2 is cytoplasm. Oh wait. Sorry, 3 is not this. 4 is nucleus. Yeah, write it here lah. This is your cell membrane. This is your cytoplasm. And then your, oh yeah, same. Sorry. Mitochondria. And then 4 is our nucleus. So a plant, right? A plant has three more function, 3 more things. So number 5, right? What is this number 5? This is what we call vacuole. Okay, vacuole. So I'm not going to write the function for 1, 2, 3, 4. You write back the up here, because it's the same answer. So what is the function of vacuole? Vacuole is a storage. This is a place for plants to store stuff like salt, water, sugar, everything they will store here. We don't have one. We don't have this thing. They have it. All right. So to store starch, starch is sugar, water, mineral salt. They will store everything inside number 5 here. And then number 6, a plant cell, right, has one more wall. We call it a cell wall. A cell wall. So we have one layer of wall. They have 2 layers. So does it mean for plants the security is better? Not really. They have 2 layers because the outer layer is to maintain the shape. Okay, maintain shape of a plant cell. All right, that means plant cell, they all have a certain shape. Okay, they have a fixed shape. That's why you look at plant cell under the microscope. They all look rectangular because they have this cell wall limiting their shape. So it's not like they have 2 layers of wall, they have better security. No, same like us, they only have 1 layer of security, which is the cell membrane. The second layer is not for security, it's for the shape. That's all. And then number 7, what is this? This is actually green in color, but in your nose, so you cannot see lah. So what is the part that's green in a plant? I'm sure you know this. This is your chloroplast. All right, this is your chloroplast. You know what a chloroplast is lah. Chloroplast is the part that do photosynthesis. Right, so it will carry out photosynthesis. This is the part that will do photosynthesis and produce food for the plant. You know, photosynthesis is to produce food, right? That's basic knowledge, guys. You learn this in year 7. Okay, so this is the basic one. As you can see, animal cell has 4 parts, 3 if you don't want to count mitochondria, and then plant cell has 7. 6 if you don't want to count mitochondria. So a plant cell is a bit more complicated because they have 3 more extra stuff. We have like 3 less. So these 3 they are only in plants. We have no vacuole. Okay, most of us we don't anyway. Some of our cells have vacuole, but I don't care. Most we don't have. Okay, we don't have a cell wall, definitely not. We have no chloroplast unless you can do photosynthesis. Okay, unless you can do photosynthesis. So if you cannot do photosynthesis, okay, I'm sure you cannot do photosynthesis lah. If you can do photosynthesis, you save a lot of money, right? Because there's no need for you to eat lunch. You can just stand under the sun and then you are full. But that doesn't happen, right? So that's why we don't have chloroplast. Okay, so next, moving on, let's go to number 4. Let's talk a little bit about microorganisms. So what are microorganisms? Microorganisms are very small organisms that we cannot see with our eyes. All right, so they are fine organisms that cannot be seen with naked eyes. So you cannot see this thing with naked eyes. You have to use a microscope. That's why you need microscope to see microorganism. Okay, micro means they're very small. So next, name the 3 kingdoms of microorganisms. So you have 3 kingdoms actually. You have bacteria, you have fungi, and you have something called a protista. You learned this last year, right? I hope. A protista. In fact, we have 5 kingdoms. We have bacteria, fungi, protista, and we have actually one more, which is algae. And that's the last one. Many, they don't consider this an organism. We call it virus. You know, COVID, right? COVID is virus lah. You know, flu, right? Every time you get flu, the flu is from virus. Okay, the virus is called flu virus. So these 5 kingdoms lah, but they only want 3. Okay, they only want 3. So you know what a bacteria is lah, right? Okay, so you know what's a fungi? Fungi, they mostly feed on dead substance. For example, mushroom. Mushroom, they grow on dead trees. So state 1 function of yeast. Where do you use yeast for? Okay, yeast is to make bread, or you can say to make alcoholic drinks. I don't know whether you learned this in year 7, Okay, my syllabus and yours is a bit different. You know what yeast is, right? You put yeast in bread before you bake them, so that your bread turns into a bread. Okay, so anyway, next, D. How do bacteria reproduce? They will split into 2. This process is what we call binary fission. You want to learn this, it's okay. You don't want to learn this, it's fine. Bacteria, they will just split into 2. And that process, we have a very fancy name for it. It's called binary fission. That means it's split into 2. Okay, pretty much it. So E, what is the microorganism shown above? What is this thing? You actually find this in fresh water. This is what we call an amoeba. Guys, do you know what's amoeba? Do you know what's amoeba? I don't know whether you see this in school. Okay, amoeba. They look like this. They are just a tiny animal found in lakes lah. If you go to any fresh water, anywhere without salt water, lakes, a pond, river, you will see this thing. Amoeba is everywhere. Right? They are just like a tiny version of you. So what is the structure label? X here. You know what? We skip this. So 1 disease caused by virus. You know lah, COVID-19 lah. COVID-19, SARS, hepatitis, things like that. So one function of decomposer, what is decomposer? Decomposer are bacteria that breaks your body down when you die. Okay, this is to decompose dead organisms. So when you die, they will break you down. Okay, when they die, they will break you down to turn you into fertilizer. So sooner or later, when you die, you will turn into fertilizer. Okay, you will be decomposed. Okay, so anyway, guys, you know what? I'm gonna stop here. This is just a tiny, small revision. Next week, I will upload year 8 revision for you so that you can do it at home before we discuss. And if we have time, we might do revision for year 7 as well. Okay, from now onwards, it's all revision. I think your school also finished their syllabus already, right? I don't know, I'm not sure. If I miss any chapters, guys, if I miss any chapters, or you want me to repeat any chapters, please let me know. I can do it for you, no problem. Okay, so guys, have a happy Tuesday. I will see you next week. All right, so take care. See you. Good night and bye-bye.